Alright, so in this video we got a Mustang here. It's got a on 3 turbo kit, twin turbo, and the problem that we're having is this intercooler. You can see it's only about 4 inches off the ground, so every time he was hitting it backing out of his driveway, it's just sitting way too low. And now all I've got to do here is just move this up enough to be, just move it up a little bit. It's just sitting way too low. So here we go. Okay, so been out here in the shop and working on the old Mustang here. We got the old intercooler out, and there it is. I had the blow-off valve mounted to it, and here's the S550 intercooler from on 3 that I had laying around, and I stuck it on here, and wow, what the difference. This intercooler should have came with the kit that came on this car, because that thing fits like a glove. It looks pretty good too. So now, like of course, down here, these pipes, I'm gonna have to redo them, like maybe, because they're still down low where the old intercooler was. I'll probably come up through here with it and straight in, keeping the intercooler the lowest part, and this side over here, just cut that 90 off and turn it and come right in the side here. So I already got this up there. I mean, it fit in there good, and like it was meant for this kit. Okay, it's a little bit later on, and I talked to the customer, and he don't really like this intercooler setup. Neither do I. I mocked up the S550 style intercooler where the top of it comes, it comes out the side and in, and instead of the top like that. And I'm gonna put the blow-off valve right here. So I've already got it loose and on the table here. I'm gonna weld it on. I like to weld on my flange first and then come back and I'll drill a hole through it, and I got a deburr tool. I'll clean it up good. So yeah, that's where we're at now. We're waiting on the intercooler to get here, and just doing whatever I can until then, and then it's a waiting game. So here we go. That's it, y'all. Nothing special. Just a little weld. Like I was saying, I'll come back and drill that out now. That's the next step. So here's a neat trick I like doing. Take a drill bit, and usually comes with your hole saw kit, and then what I'll do is I'll take a screwdriver, like a Phillips head, and put in there as my bit, the center. And what that does, so I've already drilled my hole here, put it in there, and it centers it in there. but also it doesn't allow it to walk around. Like with a drill bit, if the hole saw, you know, is doing this, it's drilling that center out even more, so it gives it even more room to do that. That screwdriver, it doesn't drill anymore, it just stays right in the center, so it keeps it steady. So just a little trick. Go ahead and drill that out now. And here we are, all fabbed up. Got the sensor back in, and got it all put together, ready to go back on. Alright, so now we got the new treadstone intercooler in. You can see it sits flush with the radiator, so that's good. This is going to work out pretty good. It goes in there, and got this welded on, and so we're just going to have one little short piece of pipe right there, and I'm going to go ahead and fab up some mounts and mount this thing right here. So what I'm thinking is, I have these bumper bolts that come out of here. I'm going to use one of them backwards right here and make a little bracket right here, a little aluminum piece that goes, and then stick one in there for the mount on each side for that. So next, got some fabbing up to do. So I already took a measurement for one of them. I'm gonna bend this right here and take it back over there and look at it, and then get another measurement and bend it again. So that's where we're at. Show you what I'm talking about here. So that's going to go in here just like that. That one bolt in there, and then I'm going to bend this again and probably weld it to there. I don't know, I may bolt it too. It's got a hole for it. So yep, that's the next step. I'm going to mark this and bend it and cut it off. It's going to be a little long, so do that real quick. Show you what I got going on here. There's my bracket I just made. So put it like that, and then this intercooler, let me push it back. It's gonna fit in there just right. So kind of had to push it back a little bit. The grill sets up like pretty close right here, so I had to kind of push it back just there. Get some junk out of the way here. There we go. See, that's better. Got my holes marked. I'll go ahead and drill them out. Alright, so we got some progress made here in the shop. Show you. Got the intercooler mounted and sitting way up higher than it was, which is good. Got our brackets fabbed up here. That one and that one. And it's solid. It ain't going nowhere. So next step, I've got to make a little piece of pipe here. No big deal. I'm just gonna, sandwich it between those two couplings, and then down here I'm probably gonna try and get this pipe to come over and up higher here. That would be what the ideal thing to do would be hang it right in here. Alright, so here's the plan. We got our boot on and our pop up in there. I had to come down through here. That's the only way it would fit. So I put a plus or a mark there for the angle I need this to come out of here. Like I need to cut it off and then get it to angle over to right there. So what I'm gonna do is take that over to the bench and cut it and fit it and weld it and go from there. So pretty much what I'm doing is I'm gonna cut this in that right in the middle of that angle, and then I'll be able to rotate it on itself right here, so it'll come down and up and see where we're at. Just using a saw saw, nothing special. Try not to booger it up too bad. I try to keep my angles, keep my cut straight. You don't want it to be all wavy. So that way it lines back up pretty nice. But now what I was talking about, it was like that. I'm just gonna roll it around like this. And we'll go ahead and I'm gonna clean these burrs up and fit it back in the car and go from there. So whenever I'm doing one of these kits, I like to start with the hardest pipe first, especially if I need another one to match it aesthetically. And that way, whenever I get it done, it kind of ends up where it ends up, the best possible spot. And then the easier side, I can run it to match it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this side is going to be my most difficult side, just because it's only got one way to route, and it pretty much is going to be what it is. Now this side over here, I've got a big window here to play with. So right now I am about to have to cut a pie cut here, or another section of tube, you can see. And then this side will end up done. Now what I'll do, I'll come over here and make this side match it. And then it'll be nice to look at. Alright, so what I got going on here is I went ahead and kind of mocked this up. But I got this, and it's a little long, but it's at the same plane as my intercooler right there. So what I did is I took this, and you can spin it backwards, put it butted up where it goes, and then line the two up where it's going to be center of this 90 whenever it goes on there, and then make you a mark. So be just like that. And now I'm going to take this and that over to the bench and weld it up. And now that that's welded on, what I'll do is come in here now and I'll just butt that up where it goes. And you want this pipe to stick up in this coupler. I usually go, you know, 1.5 inches or so. And I'll just mark it. A little long, don't hurt. And I'll cut it right there. And I got a bead roller. It makes a bead like this. And I'll throw it on right there. Something for that boot to bite against if it ever, you know, once it pressurizes. So that's the next step. Get that cut off right there. So after I cut a pipe, I'll take a half moon file like this one and use the flat side, go around the outside, just knock any burrs off. I like to keep mine where, you know, if you run your hand across it on accident or something, it's not going to cut you. So I round that edge. And then the half moon part, I'll go on the inside and just kind of knock any out of it. A lot of people use a die grinder with a deburring bit, and that's good too, but a file, pretty quick and easy. And then I got this bead roller here, about to throw a bead on it. So just lock that down and start working it around. Got to make sure you got enough room to clear your handle and everything. Go around, tighten it up. A pretty handy tool. I got it on Amazon. It was like, I forgot how much, but you know, it's been well worth it. So, go around, tighten it up. See that bead starting to form? That's it. So this one's going to be pretty straightforward. You can see I'll just butt the two couplers up together like that. It fits in here pretty nice. So all I'm going to do is just make a little splice right here. Nothing special, just a little straight piece of pipe. I'll show you what I'm talking about, so you kind of get an idea. I'm gonna go up in there about that far with this side, and then the other coupler, you know, butt it up, cut it off about the end of that E right there on the performance, and that'll be it. All right, y'all, finished up the Mustang. I didn't video some of the rest of it because it was pretty straightforward. This pipe over here, I was able to get it to work. I just had to move a couple of couplings, you know, twist some pipes around, and it fit in there good. And this side, I did make that little piece that connected the two couplers there. Just a little straight piece with a little bead roll on it. And that's it, guys. It's in there. I would have just made a hard 90 here instead of having two couplers, but this is actually reducing from a 3.5 inch to a 3 inch. So this is a reducer elbow. So kind of left it like it was, and turned out pretty good. We got plenty of ground clearance now. That was the whole reason I'm doing it, is to get some ground clearance. And this intercooler to me looks a lot better, and it says it's good for 1300 horsepower, so should be plenty for this car. And another thing, he should be able to sell this intercooler and recoup a little money back out of the project, so that's another plus. And so I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you.